more out of passion. And for last several years, I did a lot of study. Basically, I am born and brought up in Mumbai. Though I am from a Telugu-speaking family, my parents had migrated. My grandfather had migrated there long ago, and the only good thing, I mean, among a lot of other good things, one good thing that my grandparents did and what my father did for me was, whatever that ancestral land was there, they did not sell it. so they knew like somebody is going to come. So for me, in a sense, like it was a lot more easier. Okay. I just had to invest some money to develop that to do it. And last year I started. And a couple of years ago, when I was looking at various options, what kind of organic, that's when I came across zero budget natural farming propounded by Sri Palekarji. And I was convinced that perhaps that's the right method to do it. And last year we started. Okay, so my parents are helping me overseeing it there. I have a person, and then almost every weekend I go there and do it. And we've done one season. So we've had a lot of our challenges doing it. But I think we still have a long road ahead, and hopefully we will. Thank you.
What would you like to talk about some of the challenges?
Here, anyone has who has never been to village. Never been to village. Born and brought up completely in city. I've never been to a village. I've seen villages only in movies. Please. Only 3, 4. And I'm also one person. If someone says that, Alan, 2-3 years back, if someone says milk is coming in polythene packet, I would have agreed. If someone says rice grows in trees, I would have agreed. So I was like, I've never been to a village till I stepped into a village because of grandpa. This only through Subhash, Lore, Nanda, Kumar, and Madhapur. These folks are put me to this village. I've never entered a village before. And I came to this work. I was a volunteer with Youth for Seva. Now I am a full-time member with Seva International. For past 5 years, I was with Youth for Seva. When I was volunteering with Seva Bharati, conducted a program called Tech for Seva, a conference for and where an NGOs and corporates could interact. It happened in the year 2014. So that is the first time I interacted with Subhashji, Madhapur, and Madhapur. So at that time, we got one paper from one NGO called the Grama Bharati. 1 cow, 30-acre successful farming. The paper came to me. I thought it's a backward problem. I rejected that paper. This cannot happen at all. I said, okay, I did that. Then that paper came. Then he took the paper. Then Nanda Kumar told Grama Bharati, Saravanan Garu rejected that paper itself. So I was the final one to accept the paper. So I rejected it, no one. Then somehow he told Grama Bharati, Karnakarji, Saravanan rejected it. Then again he worked on the paper, he modified sustainable farming for the future. He did a lot of work, then he gave the paper to me. Even then I cannot understand can help 30 acres of land. I never heard someone is saying that. Then after complete conference, again Nanda Kumar, Subhash Lode and Madhapur, they took me to their house. We had a big session. That's the first time I was hearing a name called Subhash Palekar. And these folks have met them. They told, this is Subhash Palekar. This is a session. Actually, they are taking Subhash Palekar as a big god. I cannot even imagine how these things can happen. Then we went to a village. Then, okay, then I believed Subhash Lode, Madhapur, and Kumar. Then we thought we'll do one conference for the farming. Then at Grama Bharati, we 4 did a conference. I don't know how many of you have attended in this group. Conference on natural farming for IT farmers. We did a 2 days program in Hyderabad. We did. At that time, before there were many people like me who don't even know where the rice grows in tree or in plant. So we thought we should go and meet many farmers. Then, to a prelude, we met many farmers. So I met two farmers, which really changed my mind. One is Mr. Sati Reddy near Eliminative, and one is that lady. Lavanya near Mahbub Nagar. When I went to Lavanya near Mahbub Nagar, there I really got shaped. She was doing cotton, and doing this is very unique, where they don't put any, when they say 0%, you make your own fertilizer and everything. So in that, because that is what the major thing, the major problem in farming is the input cost is more. You need to put fertilizer, you need to put pesticide, you need to put weedicide, you need to put so many things. And on top of it, you have to put labor. Then the entire input cost per 1 acre comes to 3,000 rupees. I'm giving an example number. Comes to 3,000 rupees. Then government will put minimum support price is 2,000 rupees. A farmer cannot even sell more than that. So until otherwise you reduce the minimum cost or the input cost, you cannot reduce the price itself. Then these type of thing. There was another guy called Krishna Mohan was there, who joined later with us to work in this project. So Krishna Mohan and I joined and interviewed many farmers. One thing which we realized is the apprehension. That person has started 4 years back, so his farm is completely changed into organic or natural fertility has come. So he is making benefit. Can I change? Will I change now? I want to change, but the apprehension is that I will not get the good yield there. So let me continue with this itself. So there was this one thing which we found in almost in all the 25 or 20 farmers who we interact. Then we realized that we need to try to bring one particular village or somewhere where we can make a model. So then that becomes model for other farmers to do it. So we decided we want to identify one village and change that one. Then we looked out for 3-4 villages, then finally zeroed out one village we called Dadiguda near Patanchal. It's 20 kilometers from Patanchal bus stop, Jinnara Mandal. So there we identified, it's a very small village. Identified from the perspective, we don't live in a village, it is a hamlet. Utla is a village, it is slightly even secluded from that Utla Panchayat. Just 117 families are there with 250 acres and approximately 2 acres per family. That is how it, there are other 125 acres unused land is there, but at least 200 plus 220 to 50 acres is being cultivation is being happened, and they are doing only rice cultivation is happening there. So we decided we will make this particular village as a model farming, village, a village that is completely on this one. So what the plan we thought is we should have one family, every family should have 2 acres because they already had 2 acres, so we decided to take the problem. Every family with one family, 2 acres, and we should have 3 trees. Not 3 trees, we should have 3 plants in that house. One house should have 1 tree, 1 tulsi plant, and 1 fruit. If the tree or something, they should have 3 plants should be there in their house, and they should have 4 cows. At that time, a lot of cow thing was happening. I mean, I'm saying around 6-7 months. Beef, cow was very hot use in that house. So we also thought we should put something in the cow here in the village. So we thought the best way and the best person who could protect a cow is a farmer. No other fellow can protect a cow because he has the benefit and he knows the need of it. So we decided every village should have, every farmer should have 4 cows. Why 4 cows? Just like that we should have 4 cows. So 2 cows and 2 bulls. The only logic for 2 bulls is the tractor is not a good mode for farming. They say, it was mentioning that land has a lot of microorganisms. The land itself has a lot of microorganisms. When we put, at any time you can identify, you go to a village and just sit and observe. Whenever a tractor is running there, lot of birds will come and sit there that land. It is why? Because whenever a tractor is running, the organisms will die, it will come out, this will eat and go. You kill the organisms, then what is the activity you are going to do? So you are not supposed to kill the organisms in the land. You are supposed to nurture the organisms. Out of, they say, out of all the microorganisms in the land, 98% of the microorganisms help the farmers. Only 2% kills the land. To kill the 2% of microorganisms, we put fertilizers and pesticides and kill the remaining 90%. Then we put one more thing called booster AO and we do it. So instead, we decided we should take something called Jivamritam, what Reddy was selling. That Jivamritam and cow, when you take it, the normal plowing, that enhances the thing. So we decided two bulls should be there. So since 2 bulls is there, we thought we'll add 2 cows also. So that is the logic behind scientific logic between having 4 cows. So with this logic we are working in them. So what is the result in that village? We identified, it is not so easy to enter a village to convince them, but somehow we could do that one. Subhash has come in many times. Kumar came, but Subhash has come in many times in that village. After a lot of struggle, now we could able to convince 3 farmers for the first session. Last year after the monsoon, 3 farmers said they did 5 acres of land. Why we did 5 acres of land? PGCA, Participatory Guarantee Scheme. To get a certificate for Participatory Guarantee Scheme, we need 5 acres of land. Without that, you cannot get a certificate. If that village should have 5 acres, then only that program itself can be implemented. So we tried that one. So last year they did 3 farmers in that one. That one of the biggest thing which we identified in that is the pest management thing. A pest will take 10 days to attack once we put the eggs come, it take 10 days to attack a plant. After 10 days only farmer will know that the pest has come. Then after 3-4 days he will try to get the fertilizer and do it. So one farmer said, don't wait for 10 days. Every 7 days you spray Gomutra, it will kill. So one of the farmer, another farmer, he put us the natul, what you call the initial sapling he has put it. We found there is a problem in that. So then he tried 1 liter of Gomutra with 10 liters of water. Dilute karke he was trying it and it started to grow. Which was about to die, it started to grow. Then 3 more farmers joined. So now in the first session we had 3 farmers with 5 acres of land. In the second, now we are having around 5 farmers. We expect to be around 10 acres. We are not at 5 acres, but around 10 acres of it. So this is what we are doing that in that particular village. So now as a closing one, so what I expect from you, if you also want to join us, you can know that every second Sunday I go there. I go there most of the Sundays, but every second Sunday I go there and visit there. So you can also think, you need to come and work in this particular village, you can take your own village where you can do. Or like Kumar and Yella this week, you can do your own farmers. If you have any questions, either to Nandaji or me, you can ask.
It must be really a tough job to convince the farmers because these are everywhere. People talk about technology, different new pesticides, new chemicals. So how easy or
it's very difficult. Very difficult. We took to the successful farmers. Yella Satti Reddy and Velimredo. We took in Sambhaji Reddy ji from Grama. He took 2 sessions there. We took multiple sessions, and even then they met the farmer Satti Reddy. The farmer they met there. They really understood. And Satti Reddy farmer, he has a very good thing. Everyone will know how to milk a cow because here Gomutra is important. He somehow touches the cow and the cow will give Gomutra. He has trained the cow like that. You can ask him. Yes, you also.
Yes.
He's training sessions. He's training for farmers for that. He will touch it. The cow will give you. Normally, cow will give you only in the morning, but he will go and touch it immediately. He is doing farming. He will train you. He has 30 cows. He will train you. And this one, they got thrilled. This is really something. Then we took 4 farmers out of 4, 3 years old.
But what are the difficult questions which these farmers ask?
He was asking that yield.
Yield is one very difficult.
Somehow it is market.
Trust is a very key thing.
How to earn trust when you are outsider?
In fact, that is the reason even when I started doing it in my farm, I had all the intention, even now, that everybody in my village does it, and all the villages do. But in fact, Subhaji and we all had several discussions. There's no point telling them, it's very difficult. So the best way is like, he took successful farmers to that village with the intention of doing. The way I treat it is like, let me do it, let them see it. It might take 1 year, it might take 1.5 years. At least 4 guys will come and ask like, how are you able to do it? And the best part, what I have observed is usually I pick up paddy in the first session, okay, for a part of land. And normally for every paddy, you get about 25-30 pillars or strands. And then the seeds or the grains will come to that strands. Now in one portion of my farm, we had plants which had 72 tillers. And that portion people would come and say like, what have you done? I said, I've done the same thing everywhere. It's just that, here, probably, because that was a slightly low-lying area. So maybe like, the way Jivamrita was spread, perhaps it will come and percolate here. It stayed here for some more time, and that is the reason maybe this is giving a better result. That was my interpretation of the entire thing. But yes, it is very difficult, and now people are coming to find out.
when they have, sorry,
Yeah,
in this case, when they have example like this, then only they can believe it. Or else it's very difficult. For say example, Saravanan also was in a position to confuse it. How can it be possible? We have only with one cow, the acres of agriculture, that is naturally.
The truth is that what is the actual ratio of how many cows is required for running?
Yeah, exactly. So, say example, one cow can give 10 liters of urine per day. If we put it a cow in a area, so if we collect it properly, so we get 10 to 12 liters of urine. So, what exactly Jivamrita means? We take the 10 liters and we break it as 200 liters. Fermentation of this microbes we call Jivamrita. So, that means the ratio we just multiply it. And every day for one acre, and then for another acre, and second acre for another. It's like this is the whole.
That ratio is global, and then there is a proper scientific theory which is behind the natural farming. I would like to suggest 2 ways to grasp knowledge on that. One is that you have a lot of books available of Subhash Palekarji. Very hard to get, I believe, those books.
No,
But
I have.
wherever there will be a session by Palekarji, generally there those books will be available. But last year we had the sessions that we have done. We have uploaded all those sessions recorded on YouTube. Those are available. So you can search about Hyderabad, zero budget natural farming, and in English version those that is there. So till this time there was only program which happened into the English. That can be served, where he has explained each and every bit almost, science behind it, and then the processes. So that can be taken as a primer to know about further on natural farming.
To clear many of your questions, I think I ask Reddy ji, what is that, because we are circling around the Jivamrita, what is the Jivamrita? And there was a term used by Saravanan Garu called NPK, nitrogen, potassium and phosphorus, or nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So what is the terminology? Can you please elaborate on that so that it will make many of their questions clarified?
NPK, food actually needs food, plant needs food. So, as per this agriculture departments, they have differentiated 3 areas: nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. One is for the early stage of this root system. Second is for the leaf and spine of the leaf of the plant, that is potassium. And phosphorus is for the yielding, production, fruit, flower. Okay, this is how 3 parts are different. That is a major food. And then apart from this, you have NPK. So they have differentiated 3 parts: nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus. So nitrogen is for the growth of the root system in the every stage of the plant. All the times for the growth of this root system, to the establishment of the root area. And second is for potassium is for the leaf of the plant or the spine of the plant or regularizing of this plant. And third is prosperous is for the production area, like fruit, flower, vegetable, whatever we get. So this is how it differs. Apart from these, there are micronutrients, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, these kind of things are there. So this is supplements that we give. These are invented or known fertilizer or known fruit for the plant. Apart from these, science and technology form only these things, but there are several kind of or n number of ways or n number of food it needs the plant. So when we take out all these words, NPK or micronutrient, whatever it is, what exactly it means is it takes from the root system through the water, that is nitrogen, or through the air and through the soil, the sunlight. These are the three areas where it collects this nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, NPK. So naturally it can grow, naturally it can collect, or you can give by supplement. So for that reason, sugars polytherapy or in the different ways. So they have observed how this plant is getting this food. So it gets the food only through the microbes. If the microbes are available, if the organism is available, then only this water transforms into nitrogen. Then only this air transforms into potassium. Then only the sunlight is transformed into phosphorus. If something is those things are not there, they are like a kitchen area that cooks it and prepares food for the plant. So to make this available, so then the whole concept is depend on microbes. The total fertilizer, the total fertility is depends on microbes. So if we develop the microbes, then we don't need anything. This is a simple fund of ZBL. So what he did is he collected these microbes. So let us have a question of where these microbes are available. Who is developing these microbes? So when we go through the different scenarios, the Indian core or soil. So these are the two areas where we get different kind of microbes. Rhizobium, kind of more Azotobacter. There are lakhs of names over there, so not really accurate to remind right now. So these are the developed area is from the cow urine and the cow dung. So cow dung is a place. So there are also microbes over there, but it's a place, it's like a home for the microbes. So it can residue over there. It can live over there and it can evolve in the cow dung. So he took the cow dung and the cow urine and some parts of this soil. So apart from this, or only within these three areas, 4 areas, including water, in 4 areas we are going to have all kind of microbes. We need microbes. So we collected the microbes, the culture of the microbes, and we developed through the fermentation or preparation of the GO. So we made it 1:1 kind of lakhs and crores. So every 20 seconds, 20 minutes, this microbes. So example, we put over there so 1 lakh of microbes, and in 20 minutes it gets double, and then 20 minutes it gets so. So that's how we prepare these microbes and we have given through the drip or water area. So the microbes has started living over there. When it started living over there, so we don't need to give this fertilizer. So that itself takes this nature. So nature means water, air and sunlight. Of course, cosmic. So these all gets transformed and prepared by this microbes. So that is the fun of this fertilizer. Nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus.
So Jivamritam is only cow dung and cow urine put together.
And soil.
And soil.
Into water.
And just so that you know the microbes culture develops, what we put is jaggery. So 1 kilo of jaggery and basil. basil. 1 kilo basil. That is like
Some protein from the microbes.
yeah. Essentially.
Jaggery gives the life from the microbes.
There is a video is 2 days from Google. I was trying to take the I was able to it's a 2 days conference on zero budget natural farming. It's not in what you can get it. And this is completely in English. Sumash Patel, this is all these. It starts so why we need this one. And someone is asking Jyoti organic and zero budget. And
Natural.
And if you want to do terrace farming. You don't want to do farming outside, you want to do your own house, only want to do for that purpose. The entire session has so 2 days conference on this.
30 parts are there.
30 parts are there. I was trying to do it, I cannot remember. Yes, 2 days conference on zero budget natural farming. And it also have the day, November 22nd to be Thanksgiving Day is what we do. That will be there in the records that you can find it. You will get a lot of information in that.
I have a question, running out of time, so we have only 10 minutes. Okay.
So let's say when we are looking at costs involved, so one of the part that comes is labor. So how much labor intensive it is, because let's say the technology that we are seeing, we shouldn't use tractor. So what kind of labor we need? Are we mitigate the tilling part, or it's not there? Or let's say we have to do irrigation. So how it?
I'll give you a small example of what happened in my case. Yes, certainly it is more labor intensive than the kind of technologies that we use. Now we had to harvest our paddy. So there is a harvester available which can do it in 2 hours, 2-3 hours. But if you put manual labor, one, it will take more time, and number two, it is a slightly costlier exercise. So what we did is a cost-benefit analysis. Now, if I have to run the harvesters, it will take 2 hours. It will cost me something like 5,000 rupees, and the grains will be separate from the grass, okay, or the hay, and that will. Now, on the flip side, this is the cost part. On the flip side, one thing is a or the grass or hay that passes from the harvester, the cattle don't eat it. The cattle don't eat that. I don't know why, but the reason would be like, maybe it smells of that oil or that lubricants from that machine. We don't know. But cattle do not touch that. So that is a waste. Okay. And second thing is the harvester is very heavy. In fact, the bigger one is like our main battle tank. Okay, it goes with that chain. And once it goes into your farm, okay, normally how a good farm is, the land, it is like a bread. It is like a sponge. It holds a lot of moisture inside. Okay, you pour water, it will absorb. But if that harvester is run into that, it becomes hard like a rock. So your process of rejuvenating it starts from the time the harvester has left your farm. Right, next 6 months, while you are cultivating it, you do the same thing. But 6 months, at the end of 6 months, again you will get a harvester for 2 hours and start the process. Now, this is one method. Okay. In terms of cost, it cost me 5,000-6,000 rupees. The other method is where I deploy people and I get it done. Okay. It cost me something like 12,000-13,000 rupees. So virtually, I wouldn't put it in terms of percentages. I wouldn't say double, but I would say like it has gone up by 5,000-6,000 rupees. Now, what have I benefited of? One, the entire grass or hay, I was able to use it. Now, whether my cow eats it or somebody's cow eats it, it doesn't matter. But even they were willing to pay me for it. Because the sad part today in villages is like, even those who have cattle, they don't have grass. Okay, only when they send the cows or the cattle at 10 o'clock and then it goes into the jungle for grazing and comes back. Only that. After that,